Hey guys, welcome back to It's a Metal Thing on the Falcon. Today, going to fix the rest. So, oh yeah, I told you about the paint stripper. I've used this stuff literally for 35 years. It's awesome. Not anymore. Thank you, California. Bueno, no bueno. Bueno, no bueno. So I literally just had like a little bit in the bottom of this can. I was gonna try it. I just sprayed it on here. I'm gonna see what it does. I don't know if I can order that stuff online. I'm probably not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna work on it, scrape it, grind it, and make it happen. Another issue that I've come across is I was really positive that that panel was available. It's not. I guess early 60s Falcons aren't as popular as early 60s Camaros or any other GM product. I thought for sure I could get that, but I can't. So now I got to work on that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably cut this out, maybe try to fill it. I don't know, if you back it with aluminum or copper or something, you can fill these in pretty easily. I might give that a shot before I start cutting into it. Yeah, so that's the plan today, fix the rust. So let's do it. Okay, it's done. Low spots from the early rust. I used the spotlight underneath and found all the holes, welded them with the aluminum on the back. That helps a ton. I'm telling you, if you can do that, it'll save you a shit ton of work, and it makes the backside easy to clean up. Then I knocked the welds down with the hard disc, just skipping the top, trying not to touch the parent metal, you know, because it's already thin enough. The rest of them, so once you grind it down, then back it again with the light just to make sure you fill all the pinholes. So it's all been over twice. Yeah, I'm going to blast all this back here. I pulled all the, or plucked all the seam sealer out. I'm gonna blast this one more time, do another row of cleanup since I have the pressure or the sandblaster working better. There was 3 little holes back here I had to do. I couldn't get to, there were little bitty pinholes. I couldn't get to the backside, so you can see how much welding it takes when you don't have a backing on it. So I got this at the depot. This was like the only one they had. So when I look back on this day when I'm 80, it'll be the year of the great scraper famine of 2022. So anyway, yeah, just do a little grind on the back there, clean that up. I'm gonna blast it one more time now that the sandblast is working better, and I'm gonna move to the inside. I'm probably gonna do the same thing on this lower panel here. There's just pinholes in there. If I can get to the bottom, I'm not sure if there's any kind of frame rail or structure underneath there, but I'll probably just do that again rather than cut that whole thing out. I mean, literally I'm in that whole back there less than an hour. So filling those in, I mean, you either got to fill it in or you take your time stitching a panel in the back so it doesn't warp all to hell. So, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of another. So, yeah, let's do it. Back is done. Straightened out the lip on the gas tank mount. This was pulled up over here a little bit. I think I might have forgot there was a bolt here. I didn't see the bolt when I lifted up on the fuel tank, and it tweaked that up, straightened that out. Everything's all welded up. Took off the spare tire and jack mounts. So the back is done, just needs a good blasting and some sanding and a cleanup. I'm gonna move on to this here next. It's boxed on the back. You can barely, maybe see there's a vent hole there. Anyway, I'm gonna come from probably around here to down here. Just, you know, cut it where it's clean. I have some 16 gauge cold roll I have left over from a job, so I'm just gonna cut that up and bend it around to match the radius and weld that in. So I'm gonna do that next. Okay, close. Do some grinding here and there, get it to fit. I should have looked underneath the car. Literally there's spot welds right there. I missed them by like a 1/4 inch. So I had to cut those out. So I'm going to probably drill holes in that and like plug weld it and then weld it up. So I'm gonna fit that and get it in there. Okay, welded up. Not super pretty, but doesn't have to be. It's gonna be grounded down. Grind it down with this. I just do the weld only. I keep it right on the tip. I just carefully, I don't put a lot of pressure. I just slowly just work that weld only. I'll go out on this edge and just like that across here, and try not to get any of that sheet metal. And then at the very end, I'll come back and just try to kiss it with a brand new soft disc, something that's sharp, that cuts nice. So that's next. Okay, done enough. I could spend more time blending it in, but there's no need. So it's getting late, it's 11:30, it's getting hot. So I'm going to pull this out and get that back blasted and cleaned and just finished. I might even try and prime it like Monday, just to get that part done and sealed up. There's still a bunch to do in here, but I can't get real passionate about it till I get this shit off, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, back on the sound deadening situation. Yeah, I can't get good paint stripper anymore. Nobody sells it in the United States, so scraping it out. So I have had this gasket scraper. It's a pneumatic gasket scraper. I've had it for like 30 years. I bought it for another job when I first started doing this. I thought I could clamp a file in there and use it for a short stroke and a little file, but the stroke is too short. Story of my life. So what I did was I welded that piece of sheet metal on there, and it actually works pretty good. So I'm going to show you it working, but it's going to ruin the sound. So when I'm done showing you, I'll have to restart the video because it messes up the camera. So like this. So yeah, it actually works pretty good. It took about 30 or 40 minutes to do this side, so I figured hour and a half over the whole thing, get as cleaned up as I can. I'm gonna come back and I'll try to blast, hopefully that last little bit that's on there will blast right off. So there's a couple more patch panels to do in there, some pinholes. I'm hoping to, once I get all that cleaned up, I'll vacuum it all out and then move on to the patch panels. Get that inside finished up and then it'll be pretty much done. Just a little cleanup on the front and I can probably prime this thing, so I'm gonna do that. All right, going to patch this piece. This is probably the biggest piece. It's gonna be on the whole car. So I cut a 5.5 by 10. Looks like it's gonna cover pretty much everything. I don't wanna get into that seam there. Trying to stay shy of that. That might put me in a little bit of a situation with the rust holes right there, but it'll be all right. Part of the reason too I wanna change this out is because it's all dented. You can't really tell from that. You can't tell from the camera. But anyway, so yeah, cut that out. Weld that in. All right, got that piece cut out. Yeah, the issue with the dent was the spring perch is all jacked up. I don't know if I told you guys or not, but this particular Falcon was involved in one of the biggest bank heists in the Central Valley here in California. It was a low-speed chase. They wanted to use the 6-cylinder so they wouldn't draw attention to themselves, but anyway, I have to take a BFH and beat that down. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, got that thing flattened out, except I got a little whiskey throttle. Got a little carried away there and beat the heck out of the sheet metal. So I'm cutting it back another inch. So yeah, I'll just trim that up and then get this tacked in. I was able to get that reasonably flat. I bent the ear a little bit there. I'll look at it a little closer when I get up underneath there and start working on the bottom, but I think we're okay. I'll give it the once over and see if there's any issues, any twistage or anything going on that needs to be addressed. But as of right now, it's gonna be all right. So tack that in there after I cut it. Okay, it's in there. Couple of tips, get a magnet, it works good for a handle. I got a nice fit here. It's a nice gap, everything fits good. I drilled these holes slightly over 1/4 inch. I got a number 12 self-tapper I'm gonna use in that hole. I go oversized, so the self-tapper will screw in only to this, into the sub metal, and suck it tight. And then the hole in the center is gonna be a little bit smaller, so then I can just come back and plug weld it. So I'm gonna screw those in, and then I'm gonna tack my way around, and yeah, should work pretty good. So it fits pretty nice. Happy with the fit. So that's next. All right, all tacked up. Turned out good. Nice tight fit, nice and level. Just got to burn it in a little bit. That might have popped loose there a little bit. I'm gonna have to push that down. But it's a 90-degree corner. I'll push that. Oh yeah, you can see the tack popped. So I'll push that back down. But anyway, only took one screw to suck this tight, so we're good on that. So the next thing is weld it up, grind it up. Yeah. So, and then a couple of little spots like that. Like I said, that's the biggest one. Still have to analyze and see where I'm at as far as just plug welding them or filling them in with the welder or cutting them out. So one step at a time. All right, I'll weld it in. It went pretty good. Solid everywhere except for in the back there. Blew through a little bit, but I was expecting that. So just got to grind that up and do some touch up on it. Might move up here next. Probably have to cut that piece out. I'll back that and just weld that one up. And then there's just a couple little holes, but what I'm gonna do is I'll get it all ground up and then I'll blast it all and then I'll be able to put a light underneath it and just double check everything and make sure that thing's solid. And then work on the frame. So that's it. Okay, rust repair 99.9% done. A couple little pinholes to worry about that showed up later, but that's no big deal. I'll be able to see them better from the bottom. All the patch panels. There's four, I don't know, 4 or 5 patch panels. I can't remember now. I cut all the brackets out for the seats to mount. Cut all those out. I gotta get after that with the air chisel, the one in the center there. But other than that, it's ready to start thinking about frame rails. So I got some ideas about that. I've never built one before, but I think I can pull it off. Should be no problem. A little bit of common sense. So I'm in this video here. If you like the video, subscribe and check me out on Instagram at It's a Metal Thing. And you want to stay tuned for the next part. It's exciting. So see you then.